What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be doing a lot of the assembly on the Church Boys modular front clip. In the last video you guys saw me disassemble the old clip, get the whole doghouse out of the way, get everything prepped and ready. I did an unboxing, showed you guys most of the parts. They're right here on the counter, or on the table to the left of you guys. So at the end of the day yesterday, I did get the clip bolted in the top, the bottom, all, 14 bolts that hold the front end to the firewall. So today I'm gonna start putting control arms, rack and pinion. I'm gonna get the spindles on. I'm gonna fit up the hydro shocks, and hopefully by the end of the day, we've got a car sitting on the ground again. I'm not gonna get too crazy and overly optimistic on that, because there is a lot of stuff that needs to happen. And yeah, we'll just play it by ear. So I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse. I'll go ahead and start getting some goodies going. But for those of you guys that didn't watch the last video, I'll go ahead and run over the parts real quick, and then I'll get into the time lapse. And so stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, like I said, I went through all the parts in the unboxing video prior to this one, but let me go ahead and give you a little rundown. So we have the Detroit Speed rack and pinion. This thing is super clean, super nice. That'll be going in. There's a specific mounting point on the Church Boys modular front clip. So that was our biggest reason why we went with the Church Boys front clip, guys, is everything is ready to go, and they pretty much make it all in one. I can buy the whole clip. I get everything I want from them. The only thing we didn't get with their clip was their coilovers, obviously, because we're doing Mittler Brothers hydro shocks. So yes, it would have been nice to have an extra set of coilovers sitting around here in the shop, but it wasn't worth spending the extra money because we already spent a lot of money on that stuff. So rather than have them sit here or try and sell them off, I'd rather just not have got them with the kit. But anyways, here is our lower control arms. These things are super nice. Got the Heim joints on them. They've got Ride Tech Heim joints on them. Super nice. Everything is super clean, powder coated already. The other ones here in the box, it looks the same, it's just flipped the other way. We've got our uppers, same thing, already powder coated black. The cross shaft on it is completely billet. Let me bring that in close for you guys. Look at that bad boy. And their logo right there on the inside. Comes with grade 8 hardware. Again, it's also got end links, so that way you can adjust if you need to come in or out for your camber. What else do we got? Underneath, we've got our sway bar. That'll go on here shortly. We've got all of our hardware. This is the hardware for the inner fenders. I'll show you guys, I'll pan that over in a second, show you guys all the parts on the ground. We've got the I Did It column. We may use it, we may not. I'm kind of running over those routes with the firewall. That's something that we'll do towards the end if we do end up running it. We've got our end links to our sway bar, guys. Check those out. Again, adjustable Heim joints. We've got our bracketry for the sway bar. Fine thread, grade 8, super nice. What else do we got? Again, more grade 8 hardware. Our alignment spacers for our coilovers. We've got our lower coilover mounting brackets. The best part of this front clip, you guys, our billet spindles. Look at how sick these things are, you guys. These are the C6 upgrades with the steering rod adapter. So these things are super slick, guys. And look at, again, same thing. Check that logo out, you guys. Church boys for the win. So these are, again, like I said, for the C6. We'll go ahead and put those on. Let's see, we got steering rod for the column, double D joint, 3/4, 3/4. They supplied us with badass Borgeson joints for every end of the column that we need. What else? Now, let me pan over to the other good stuff. All right, guys, so right there on the ground, right there you can see, those are the DSE inner fenders. So we'll be putting those on here in a little bit. Once we get the whole clip together, we can go ahead and put the fenders on, put the inner fenders on, put our actual fenders, and then get everything bolted up, you guys. But right now at this moment, I want to focus on getting this car back on the ground. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start putting control arms on, putting the spindles on, get the brakes on, and then we'll put the wheels back on. We actually may not put the brakes on because I won't be able to put the wheels on if I use the if I put the brakes on, because the brakes require a minimum of an 18-inch wheel. So, and I think we have the stock 15s. They're right there. So, stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna start doing the build breakdown and get it all put together. All right, you guys, that's just about a wrap on the driver's side. I didn't get a video of installing the Mittler Brothers Hydro Shock, only because I'm gonna be 100% transparent with you. I was nervous that it wasn't going to fit. I didn't have an eyelet to eyelet measurement on the Viking coilovers that go in here, and I only had the eyelet to eyelet measurement of the coilover. I knew it would fit, but I didn't know how low it was gonna be, how high it was gonna be, you know, those kinds of struggles. So I didn't put it on the camera, but as you can tell, it fit perfect, you guys. This is actually extended right now just because of the weight of the hub. But if I go ahead and do a little, this is all the way up, you guys. This thing is gonna ride so low, but there is the extension on it. You know, it's actually a little bit smaller than a regular coilover, just because it's all hydraulic up here for your ride height adjustment. And then it does have a 3 or 4 inch coilover underneath. You can get these coilovers. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. They are very expensive. It is a top of the line kit. This takes the best of both worlds. It alleviates the airbag issues that still are around, you know, the excessive noise, the crappy ride. Listen, I've done it all. I've done air suspension. I've done coilover suspension. You're not going to convince me that air ride rides great. It rides like shit. We're trying to build a race car, street car, and the client was in love with the look of these hydro shocks. They're going to match our calipers from Willwood because we got the red ones to go along with our C6 spindles. So it's just all around a better look. These are gonna be a lot quieter. They're hydraulic. So there's instant ride height adjustment. It's not gonna be like a low rider where it'll hop. It's just instant adjustment. And like I said, it has a coilover on it. So even at whatever ride height you set it, you still will have coilover style suspension and rideability and handling. But yeah, so as far as it goes, all I need to do is put the tie rod ends on, get those in. I need to do the sway bar end links, and then I just go through and kind of tighten everything up. Sorry about the horn. They're trying to find a car for the auto shop next door. And then, yeah, I'm gonna run through, tighten everything up. Just because I have it loose fit, I just wanted to get the fit up so that way I could get pictures, get some content for you guys. I need to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I have the lower control arm and the upper control arm in. I need to put the hydro shock in and then go ahead and bolt the rest of the stuff up. But yeah, guys, this is where we're at. Our goal here with this car is to step up the Nova game. I want to be the best and build the best things I can. And, these are some of the products that you got to use to be competitive in this industry, you guys. So I'm going to get back to filming time lapse on you guys and get this other side done. And then I'm going to probably call O'Reilly's and get some lug nuts in because I only have one that fits for these spindles. I just don't have a whole lot of lug nuts laying around. So I'll probably get some lug nuts on the way, or I'll run over there and get them. But other than that, and I really can't put the brakes on with the stock wheels because they're 15s. The brakes that we're doing require an 18, and I'd rather not scratch up the rotors. So let me put you guys back on time lapse. I'll get back to working, you guys, and then I'll come back to you guys at the very end. All right, you guys, that's gonna wrap up the Church Boys front clip install along with the hydro shock install. There's a couple of things that need to change, so I will be making some revisions, such as I need to get the correct misalignment spacers. If you hear, I've got a gap. You can't have a gap in between those, especially because that's a constantly moving piece. So top and bottom need the correct misalignment spacers. I'll have to either reach out to Church Boys or I will need to reach out to Mittler Brothers. I'm not 100% sure on who's gonna handle that. I just tightened this sway bar up out of the way, but my hardware for mounting my end links is not correct. So I need to figure out whether I used the wrong hardware somewhere or I just didn't get the right hardware, because the hardware that it says is not the correct hardware because there's too much of a gap. Let me show you. One second, guys, sorry. So this was the only hardware left that was possible. And I believe this is a 3/8 bolt, but can't have a gap in the end link. Otherwise it's gonna make a crazy amount of noise. And it does fit in here, but it also has some gap. So I'm thinking that's a 7/16 bolt. And I believe I may have used it for the shocks, but I used the bolts that came through the shock bag, so that were labeled shock. So I think I may just have the wrong hardware in general. So I'll get that hardware. Otherwise, I tightened all this stuff up. I need to actually take the coilover back out because the bracket, let me pull you guys off the stand real quick. Sorry, bear with me, guys. So over here, this bracket right here has, I don't know, maybe you can see from the bottom, has 3 bolts. This doesn't come with the coilover. So, like a dummy, I didn't tighten those bolts just because I was kind of mocking stuff up, doing a dry fit. But I want to do a dry fit with all the bolts tight and make sure that everything is correct. So I will be taking the hydraulic coilover back out so that way I can tighten those. Let's see what else. So like I said, the misalignment spacers need to be replaced, top and bottom, both sides. Then at that point, then I can actually tighten down the upper and lower control arm, put the castle nut in there and get it all tightened up. But other than that, right now, you guys, everything is pretty tightened up. And this thing is friggin' beautiful, dude. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Church Boys front modular clip or hydro shocks, but we're running top of the line stuff. This thing is gonna be so sick. The brakes are ginormous. I did another video on the brake install. Here are the brakes. Like I said, I don't have lug nuts, so I don't want to put those on. That's a little sketchy. I'd prefer not to put $2,500 brakes on with no bolts. So that'll be something I end up handling today. I'm gonna run and grab the lug nuts and then probably take off from here. But like I said, that will wrap the day out for the Nova build, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And check out all the other videos that I posted on this thing. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. Like I said, I told you guys be patient. We're there, guys. Off and running now. I'll see you.